Jaime has the coolest job. How could he hate Monday? So wait a second, not everybody hates Monday? I'm gonna go buy a gift card for Tommy Hilfiger unless you get a new shirt. Fine, where's the gift card? Jaime, did anyone tell you that you resemble Vin Diesel? And no, and I've always found the guy to be ugly. That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera, this is Pocket Now, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap for last week. So a good portion of the week had to do with the Samsung Galaxy S7, and it's just lovely how most of the comments don't really have to do with the S7, and mostly with complaints on what people want fixed. On Monday, we started with the Exynos processor and the Snapdragon 820. I asked you which one would you pick if you had to, and we started with 660 comments. Bring back expandable storage, then I'll come back to Samsung. See what I mean? If the Snapdragon doesn't heat up like, alright, then yes, the Snapdragon for the better. You get his point, right? Snapdragon 820 because it'll be on more devices and have less problems. The problems that it does will have been fixed shortly, like in the case of the 810. Hey, the Exynos was out this year on every Samsung Galaxy flagship and it didn't have any issues. So I don't think that compatibility is any more a problem. It's really, which one performs better, and we'll see. On Tuesday, the rumors were about the Galaxy S7 Plus, and we're actually talking about a larger 6-inch phablet, and I asked you if you think that there is a market for it. We started with 859 comments. Samsung is just trying a new thing to see which one takes off, and that is so like Samsung, but I'm happy the company does that. But by the way, this wouldn't be the only company that's done it. Sure, I'll take the bigger screen, just give me tiny bezels and keep the same form factor. A lot of companies have done this and it's worked. Huawei has done it, Oppo has done it. The problem is these companies have done it with the Snapdragon 615 processor. It would be great if we had a flagship here. Again, an S7. The phone of that size offers more battery. Chances are I'll throw my money towards it. And yeah, again, companies have done it. The biggest challenge is if they add that Snapdragon, 820 processor, will it perform well with all those pixels to push? Other phablets at this form factor haven't proven to be the best, so let's see if Samsung's able to pull it off. On Tuesday, we received the presentations for Samsung's event to happen at CES, and we asked you what would you like the company to announce. We had 975 comments. We start with next year, Samsung's launch will be the S7, S7 Edge, S7 Plus, X7S Plug. God, I even got stuck with that. And then the S7 Active, and yes, that is the way Samsung does things. The company launches a lot of phone, and we've heard rumors that the company will actually draw back a little next year, but then we heard the same thing this year and we heard the same last year. So it's kind of hard to predict if we will be getting all these products. The S7 will be good if it includes micro SD card this time and change the design, otherwise it'll be an S version like the iPhone 6s. And the reason why I included this comment is because if you're expecting that this year, rumors are that it won't. And we heard that this week, actually. I'd like to see Samsung tell phone carriers that Samsung will be handling all phone build updates from now on. No more waiting on AT&T to get their S together, and that would be an amazing announcement for this event. I mean, if it's happened in other countries, why can't Samsung figure it out in the United States? If Apple's able to do that, and it's been able to do that even before the Galaxy lineup existed, then why can't Samsung do the same with all their leverage? I mean, they sell more phones than Apple does. Thursday, the rumors were about the OnePlus 3. We heard specifications, even though rather early, and I asked you, what would you change from the OnePlus 2 in order to make the OnePlus 3 interesting next year? We had 831 comments. We start with full NFC and fingerprint scanner for that Android Pay goodness. And it's just funny because a ton of people don't really use Android Pay, up to the point where Android, Google is paying customers a Best Buy gift card for them to use it. So I don't think that's going to be a selling point, but hey, you're right. It would be good for us to get all the features of a typical Android flagship on this phone. If the OnePlus 3 can add a better camera, NFC, and full Quad HD quality on the display, it may be my next smartphone. And a lot of people were not happy with the full HD display, but then again, we've been testing so many phones lately. You just really can't tell the difference, seriously. I would get a OnePlus 3 if it had NFC, a 2K display, better camera, and front-facing speakers. Got NFC 2K display. It seems that it's what consumers want. Again, I just don't think that it will be possible if you want this phone to be, or to keep the price range that it has. Probably the only thing I'd add would be an AMOLED panel, but hey, we'll see. And then Friday, we ended with the hottest news of the week, the possibility of split screen or dual window on the next version of Android, Android N. I asked you if that was essential to you, and we had 698 comments. We start with, on tablets, absolutely. Phones, not so much. I almost never use split screen on my LG G4, and I agree with you. It's cool to have split screen on phones, it just can be truly cumbersome in some cases, and then when you want to navigate and watch a video, or if you want to navigate for somebody else while you're doing something else, it just makes all the sense in the world. So again, I would love it to be a universal Android feature. Split screen multitasking would come in very handy on devices like the Moto Nexus 6 or the Nexus 6P and the Nexus 9. I could see a future for it, and yes, if you have a large phablet, it makes all the sense in the world, but then again, all phones are getting rather large. Yes, Microsoft has it, Samsung has it, even Apple has it. Without split screen, stock Android feels lacking in capability, and I have to agree with this. A lot of people go crazy over stock Android, and yeah, visually it's pleasing to me, and yes, it is definitely fluid, but I feel that it lacks functionality compared to what competitors are doing right now. So I do feel that it is a very necessary next step for Google to step its game up over the things that stock Android could do. Years ago, that was the case. You know, Nexus devices would showcase what Android can do, and now it actually can do less, which is, you know, pointless in my opinion. That's it for the Pocketnow Daily Recap. Thank you very much for watching. A couple of tips if you want your comments to be featured. Number 1, keep them short. Number 2, stick to the point. Number 3, try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week.